Welcome everyone. Grand Rising, Grand Rising. Thank you for coming to the Elizabeth Show. Today is Monday, Millionaire Mindset Monday. That is a great day to have a great day.
All right. Okay. Oh, that's a song. That's a song. That's a song. I'm writing it down. It's a great day to have a great day.
Yes. It's so good to see you all this morning and to take out the time on Monday morning to chill with us this morning. We just have a good time. We just try to keep it real and, talk about money and finances and social media marketing, all those good stuff. All right, so since that we're open and we had been working on our credit, anybody receiving any of their letters yet?
No.
What? You ain't seen no letters back saying that your credit innovates? Okay, for those who don't know, we have a group going on and we are all leveling up to the next level, and we're all working on increasing our credit score, no matter where you at. If you at a 500, we're going to get you higher. If you at a 700, okay, let's get you to 800, wherever you at. Because we leveling up. We got plans, okay?
All right.
We got plans.
Yeah.
So one of the homework assignments was everybody pull their credit report. We did that about a couple weeks ago. The next assignment was to pull your secondary credit reports and opt out and freeze out so that no one can access your credit while we're going through our credit restoration time. So once you go to innovis.com, which is INNOVIS.com, you pull it, opt out, wait on the letter to come. We also have LexisNexis, who I found out merged with SageStream.com. Opt out, freeze your credit report temporarily because we're going to go back in and opt back in. And I got my letters back. Nobody got their letters back. Okay, well, it should be coming. I don't know when y'all did y'all. Did y'all do your homework? Y'all didn't do y'all homework. So that's why,
okay,
that's why I'm getting phone calls talking about I'm moving too slow.
Yeah, right.
Phone calls saying I'm moving too slow.
I wonder who did that, huh? And they're gonna speed up.
I done got a couple phone calls saying we moving too slow.
Are the ones that's calling you, are they up on what they on their homework?
Of course, that's why they called me. They ready to move. They like, I'm serious. I ain't playing. I'm saying, okay. I ain't gonna say no names who've been calling me talking about some. We need to move a little bit faster. So
I hear that was the word yesterday at Global Empowerment.
What was the word?
We moving too slow and we need to get serious.
Moving too.
Of course, I would come in on that note. Thank you very much. Okay, hello. I'm sitting up here. My spirit was like, get on the call. I got on the call for just that word. Thank you, confirmed. I don't know even who was talking, but thank you for confirming what I already know. Amen. And Ashe.
Hey, this is Sharonda.
That's a beautiful flower. Omani.
Thank you. That's my birthday flower.
Oh, okay. Okay, you took a good picture of it.
No, let me tell you about this flower. On the corner of my street, there's a lady has a beautiful flower bed that sits on the corner of her property. All her flowers look like this. And I would go by there and I'm like, I'm going to go over there at night and steal me some of those flowers.
Oh, I think I know what type of flower it is. It starts with a D. It starts with a D because I've seen that flower over there, Detroit Bloom.
And
The dahlia.
The dahlia, yes.
That's it. And on my birthday, the kids went and walked a dog. And when Maria came back, she had this flower in her hand and she brought it to me. I was like, where you get this from? She was like, up there at the flower bed. It was on the ground, so I knew it was for you.
Oh.
And she brought it to me. So that's my flower. So I was like, God knew I wanted that flower. He sent it to me. So that's my flower from God for on my birthday, saying happy birthday to me. So I love it. The symbolism of it.
Yes.
Beautiful, beautiful. It is very beautiful.
So I'm
yellow, yellow representing power.
Power.
So
does it represent No. Does it represent friendship, Miss? Well, or is that orange? Yellow or anyway?
Orange. Orange is friendship, relationships.
Yeah. Thanks.
Okay, so say some more about Sharonda. Say some more about getting busy.
Where you go, Sharonda?
I'm gonna give it back to Keisha because I didn't go. I had to get the CD, but I did get there to get the CD. But my mom, she just said that Pastor Cartwright was she felt like he was really kind of upset. We had just lost Brother Abraham, and he had been serving in ministry for 17 years. And I thought he was about to be 50, and that guy was a year younger than me. He was only 40 years old. And I feel like he was the Bernie Mac of business. As y'all know, Bernie Mac was like working like crazy before he left out of here. And Abraham told me that he made more money in COVID than he did before COVID. So, he had a real estate business, as we have our guest speaker, Miss Kelly, is coming on that's into real estate. So I know he had a real estate business, and then he had other businesses, which I don't know how many those were, but my mom just said he just seemed really kind of, Pastor Cartwright saying really kind of ticked off and upset and saying that, I'm not going to say what she said. I said he didn't say it, she said he did. But the main thing is he said, we need to get serious and we moving too slow. So get serious and do what you need to do. So, I'm like, sometimes as this is Millionaire Mindset Monday, sometimes it takes people a little bit longer, but I thank God that I met you guys even though I didn't get, an invite from one of the presenters. That's okay. God works things out in mysterious ways. So thank each and every person that's on here, even if I don't say anything all the time. I'm listening when I can, even if, as the sister said, even if it's just for a couple seconds. I appreciate you all because we got to keep moving, even if it's at a snail's pace, which I feel like I've been doing. We got to just take it one day at a time and keep moving. And sometimes we need that support, as Keisha said. Did you do your homework? Because if y'all don't know, I am a teacher by trade, and I already knew that was coming, and the Holy Spirit told her. She knows, but at least we're getting a grand rising and an awakening on where we want to be. We may not be where we want to be right now, but we know that it's a goal. If somebody might have been at 400, they want to get to 500. We need to get the credit report. We need to opt out or opt in, do what we need to do, take it one day at a time, and we're going to get to the goal because we want to be at the millionaires, as one of the castmates from last night. We want to be a millionaire, and if it's the Mr. Millionaire, okay? So we're going to get there when we're going to do what we need to do, and we're going to, as the Queen of Dooney says, we're going to discover our purpose and our passion. If we're on assignment momentarily, we're going to do what we need to do to be on this assignment to get to our purpose and our passion so that we can be the world changers and millionaires and of this world. I'm going to pass it back to Keisha.
And I want to say amen.
So be it.
And
Yes.
one thing about Abraham also, he did make it to millionaire status. He did make it to millionaire status. I was happy to know that because he was working hard, and like the Bible says, the hand of the diligent make it rich. The hand of the diligent, and it is people out here that need us. Like I'm so proud of Grace Amani because people need you. Like people need you, to help them. Like mental health is like really relevant today. Like more people are opening up and willing to talk. Before it wasn't so relevant, but right now they're not looking at it as something negative. Before it was like ashamed to talk to people or go see a counselor or to go see someone to talk to. And I just, commend people who are stepping up. When I was at the Fisher building, the guy was telling me, he said, I don't feel ashamed. He said, I'm here, because I went to go visit my therapist. Went to go his therapist. He had a bad relationship, with the young lady, a bad breakup. And sometimes relationships do things to you. Sometimes you lose yourself and then, and then you have to find yourself again because, you were with someone and just things happen. And so people need us. I truly, truly love the Elizabeth. I love, being in the Course of Miracles is really helping me, to really see what I need to work on in my personal life and, changing my mindset and everything. And we just have to step up because God works through people and people are waiting on us to level up and get ourselves together because people need us out here. They need us out here. And one thing I could probably feel his frustrations because a lot of times when he's ready to move, he has plans for everybody in the organization. And sometimes when he's ready to move, he's been mentoring you all this time and everybody not ready. Because you can't make a change by yourself. Like he got plans and we could do a whole lot as a unit. Just think his goal was to make 500 God-made millionaires. Just imagine 500 God-made millionaires that stepped up, how much change that we can make as a community.
LaKeisha, I was gonna say, I sometimes I feel that on a smaller scale, like for all of us to be, and I'm not naming no names, but for all of us to be in business for as long as we've been in business, every last Elizabeth should have their LLC by now. No excuses. Like we should have leveled up to that level by this time. And I feel it because I'm one of those people that I go fast that sometimes, that song, slow down. I have to slow down myself because I'll be going so fast. And it's like, okay, I need to slow down a little bit just to regroup and make sure that I'm doing everything the way that I want. But I understand when you're with a phenomenal group and you want everybody to go to the destination together, and it's like it's people dragging their feet. Or it's like it's taking their time. And you just sitting there like, what is going what? Okay, and I know we can't push nobody. I know we can't, but see, I envision us being the type of group, okay, if I say, you know what, Queen Adunia, I feel like going to Jamaica Friday. And she'll be like, okay, I'm down. Okay, I'm ready to do that. Or opportunity comes. We don't know what business opportunities will come for us as a group if we all have our stuff together. At least the business part, something, but we can't do it because, everybody is not on the same level. I'm like, okay.
Evelyn got her hand up.
Huh?
Evelyn has
yeah, Mama Evelyn.
When you done.
Oh, well, I sort of forgot what I was going to say the first part, but I just wanted to say I wanted to say that I will get that done within the next couple of days. I got the first part, but I want to go in and have them send me the report and, like you said, and and then I will go close it out those, within the next couple of days. Two, I just want to say the listening partners are a little jealous of you guys because we got to do we're doing the cards, and they said well, what about us?
What about us? You talking about?
Problem? Huh?
What did you say? You kind of went. You kind of going in and out. What did you say?
Oh no, I was saying that the listening partners was a little jealous of us doing the what do we do?
Card.
The soul cards.
Mhm.
The soul card, they was a little jealous. I said, don't be jealous now. But anyway,
Now
also,
you have to do it for them.
yes,
Yeah, good. See,
yes,
it's just spreading already.
yes. And I forgot what it was, because what were you talking about? And I was
It'll
attempting to
come
write
back.
it down, but it'll come back.
Sure.
But with Rev, yeah, I want Rev to talk to my grandson, because she can explain to him about certain things better than I can. So I just want her to know that she can expect, let me know when she can talk to RJ.
RJ?
He not here. Yeah, he not here.
Okay, you want me to talk to RJ?
Yeah.
Girl, I've been waiting to talk to RJ. I know RJ wanted to talk to me too.
Yeah. Oh, I know what I wanted to say.
I saw
About
I saw that when we was at the retreat, because he was looking at me like, "Who is you?" And wait a minute, and who I was being for him is, I'll tell you later.
I know you were talking about mental health. Yes, because two things. Girlfriend Saber is interested in learning about Tavaverse, and second thing is she is open to some mental help, because she called me up yesterday and she said, "Is it bad to not like your child?" I was like, "Whoa."
Who did you say? Who were you talking to?
My best friend of like
Oh,
50 years, 40 years,
okay.
yeah, she called me and she's interested in learning about Tavaverse. And I did record the whole thing on Tuesday so I can show her when she comes over. I said, because you don't have to always go right home and into that chaos, that you can come over here and relax, you know. But also she's open to some mental help. Because she asked me, she says, is it bad if you just don't like your child? I'm like, yes, okay.
I
I
thought
said,
so. My mom would joke about that all the time with her brothers and sisters. Like, I love them, I just don't like them, and I didn't understand what she was talking about. But I can get it. I don't have children yet, but I can get. I have adults who, I don't necessarily. I love them, but I don't like them all the time.
yeah,
Not all the time. None
yeah.
of the Elizabeths. Ain't none of y'all. Just
So business is not for everyone, but
Mm-hmm.
nephew, he's really striving. He has a brand called Zavani. He's the age of Jabril. They together a lot, and he really, wants to be successful. Like, I am just so impressed and just so proud of them. They both came to Bible study for entrepreneurs about 3 weeks ago, and they both, you know, got saved and it was just such a beautiful thing to see them go up on their own. Like, it
Is
made
this
me.
the young man that came? Did he come?
Yes,
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 yes, yes.
yes. He has a wonderful thing called Zavani.
Somebody's got a lot of noise going on.
Yes, but it's on the
Moving
speaker.
around. Let's
Something.
mute. I'll mute
yeah.
everybody.
What's the name of it, LaKeisha, again? Because every time you say it, the sound muffles out.
Zavani.
Zavani.
Yes, with a Z. Zavani. Yeah.
Oh, with a C, Savani.
With a Z. With a Z. As
Oh,
in,
Z, Zavani.
Okay,
Okay.
and what kind of brand is it again?
he has a clothing line, a clothing brand. And it's absolutely like beautiful. And you know,
Is he making the clothes, or is he manufacturing
he's
the
designing them with a
clothes?
manufacturer, and I think a lot of his stuff come from overseas.
Okay.
So I'm just proud because of his his upbringing. and how his family and things that's been going on in his life, and he has a anger issue. He's aware of it, but he's been seeking out for help, and he seeked out, he came out to me. He was like, Auntie, I need help. I need help. I'm like, I'm here to help you. Like, I'm here to help you. I just stop everything. When you not Jabril say he need me, I just stop and everything. It's not all about me all the time. So I just have to stop and just give them what they need, they help, And I wanted him,
to say,
as soon as he came in, I wanted to introduce him to Amani, Rev Amani, but she had got off the line because she had to go. But I sure thought that was gonna be the moment he could at least, see her.
Hold on, boo. I know you had mentioned him to me the other day, so now
Mhm.
he back in the conversation again. So please give the brother my number and tell him
Okay.
he can give me a call.
He
And
came. I couldn't believe it. He came that same day we talked about him. He just came over. Yeah.
okay, so please give him my number. Tell him I'll chitty chat with him and set him straight.
Okay. Awesome.
Okay,
Awesome.
for sure.
I told him that you ask for folks love offerings, be generous.
Yep. Yeah, because yeah, and it's not like a because in our community we have this conversation that we lack something. It's such a lie. However, and we're getting the mindset of getting something free, but however, the truth of the matter is if you give nothing, you get nothing really. Even if somebody gave you something, if it's reciprocity. If somebody even gives you something, if you spiritually and you give them nothing back, you didn't really receive what they gave you.
That's a law. The law that's the
That
law.
is the law. And so I used to give things free. I used to talk to people for free. If you called me up, I would tell you whatever you need to know. Holy Spirit was like, no. And so I kept doing it. Holy Spirit was like, do it again, do it again. I was like, oh, okay. Well, you should see me trying to crook my mouth to say, okay, listen, if this was worth anything to you, what I'm asking for is a love offering. I had to actually start to ask because I wouldn't ask in the beginning because I didn't think that where I was, I didn't have two pennies to rub together. So who am I to give you some advice? But I do know a little something. So it was like I was coming from there. Holy Spirit was like, no, what I done gave you is gold, and you better receive your coin.
And the Bible says,
it does.
ask not, you have not. Okay,
Exactly.
that's one
Exactly.
of the things.
Rev, I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. No, I was gonna say like you got a wealth of knowledge, and I'm like, I just can't for your personality. I can't see a time where you would give them stuff away for free. There's this thing in our community that amongst us, we always want to. People always want you if you're an entertainer, performer, or a spiritualist, a speaker, or whatever. They always want you to do something for free, and it's like, I as a performer, as a belly dancer doing belly dancing, I get asked all the time, people who want me to teach a class or do a workshop or something like that in my community for free. Now, when I step outside of my community, these people, I've learned to ask, what's your budget? Because the time it takes for me to get ready, me and Mama had this conversation on the show before. The time it takes for us to get ready, to perform, to create an experience for whatever your experience, that time costs. So I'm like, with me, don't even ask me to do a class for free. I'm like, I know what my cost is per hour. And, unless it's different if I volunteer my services and time for your thing. It's different if I volunteer. But, it took another belly dancer during the pandemic to raise my prices for performing and for classes. And I stick to it. And I'm like, either you like it or you don't, or you're going to find somebody else. And I've had plenty of people go find somebody else, and they come, oh, I should have hired you. Okay, well, that's your fault. That's not mine. I know the value of my services, and well, Rev, you got some value. I'm just letting you know you got some value.
Let me explain something because this got dropped on. This is like being dropped on me right now because I'm in a growth spurt. What I went through spiritually, God was trying to teach me, but He was teaching me so that I can really help others. So listen, I've never been married. I don't have no kids. So the funky diva in my life is me. Period. Right. And so what I've had to go through is really because I had no listening for you if you didn't have your shit together. If you didn't have your shit together, I'd be like, okay, get back with me. And I'm gonna go over here with the people who got their shit together. That's who I was. But God brought me down so I could really see what it's like not to have your shit together. And I had to learn and humble and have some compassion for someone who did not. Because I didn't have that before. So I got everything stripped away from me so I could have that for people and have an understanding for people. So that's why it was like that. Because see, I didn't know what it was not. I didn't know what it was like to not ask for what you were worth. Because I asked for what I was worth. But when I got in a space where I was questioning what my worth was, then I had to go through those spaces. So now when somebody comes to me and they need coaching about their worth and asking and getting paid, I can speak to that now because I went through that. I couldn't speak to it before because I had not gone through that. So that's why it was like that, Danny, because I had to learn. I had to learn. And not only that, learn how to, it was something LaKeisha just said earlier, I had to learn how to become a millionaire through spirit, not through earth.
Mm-hmm.
Through the spirit realm and not through the earthly realm. And I was too much in the earthly realm and not enough in the spiritual realm about the source of my money.
Yes.
That's
Because
what I had to
you
get
don't
together.
wait till you get you a millionaire now. Like you gotta have the mindset, you a millionaire now. You don't wait till no, you a millionaire right now.
Right now, I am coded. And see, and that's where the whole inquiry, the most important thing you could do in your life is have an inquiry. And that's where my inquiry started from. I asked the universe, okay, so I know I'm a millionaire. How come I'm not a millionaire? And when I started that inquiry, wrong question. How is the wrong question? Because as soon as I said how, the universe is right. This is how come, and this is how come, and this is how come, and this is how come. And I had years of how come I wasn't a millionaire. I had years of that. And so then once I was, okay, that's the wrong damn question. So what's the right question? So when I went in with the right question, and the right question was, who do I need to be? And baby, I took off. I took off from that moment on.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That was the right question. University, be this, be this, be this way, be this. I was like, oh, okay. Wrong question. So asking the right question is critical, you guys. That's all I want to say.
Kelly, you
So
gonna show
you.
your face today? Kelly.
Hey.
Hey.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Grand rising.
Yeah, I am. I was just waiting my turn.
Okay. But come on, girl. Now we were talking about the automotive industry, and Kelly is in the automotive industry, also. She's been there for
Hey, Ma.
Hey, Kelly. Hey, baby girl.
Hey. Yeah, we in the auto, and it's interesting because there's so many different people who do not work for the big three that have a whole lot of opinions. So whatever I just want to tell y'all, we gave up so much in 2009.
So much with your
much
screen
as far as
your screen is like jumping or something.
Yeah, I don't know how to work this thing.
Just go back off screen, honey.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now come on and see if it shows it now.
Wait a minute, let me see. Select camera.
And then if not, just stay off.
Oh yeah, it's jumping. Okay. Do not have a green screen. Oh Lord, why is it jumping like that?
You on a laptop or you on your phone?
Yeah, I'm on my laptop. Yes, it's still continuing to jump. I don't know what to do.
What you could do later, Kelly, is reload Zoom down again. It's letting you know your Zoom needs to be reloaded.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. What you say, Keisha? I forgot.
Oh,
you was talking about the big three in 2000.
Oh, yeah. They we gave up a lot in 2009. Like we didn't have a raise since 2009. Let me see. We haven't had a raise. We gave up 4 holidays.
we gave up cola, and it was an agreement that it was supposed to be a temporary thing. Well, now you're making billions of dollars, and you don't want to share the wealth, and you don't want to acknowledge the sacrifice that we all made. So that's what it's basically about. And then the 2-tier, let me tell y'all this, I didn't know this, with the 2-tier, which if you're hired after a certain date, you make a lot less than we do. Say for instance, you're a temporary person and you worked 10 years, which is not supposed to happen, because if you're temporary, you're only supposed to be temporary for a year or two. Well, you temporary 10 years. So you have gone up in the pay scale. You're making $25 an hour. So then Chrysler, I work for Chrysler. Chrysler comes and says, okay, we're going to hire you, congratulations, whatever, but you go back down to $15. What kind of mess is that?
Oh, no.
So now you're working full time, but your pay is going down. Isn't that crazy?
Yes, it is.
So that's what they're fighting for as well. So it's a lot, and people, well, you're already making this and that and other, but y'all don't know what we go through. I had to fight to get a day off. I told them what I got to do to die. I got to die to get a day off. It's a mess. It's terrible. So I only got like 2.5 years to go. So I cannot wait.
I know.
Yeah. So continue to support them, and prayers for everybody, because it's a lot. It's a lot. And I'm on strike, but it's a good thing. It's all in divine order. God is in control, because my sister did her play and I was able to help her more. So if I was working, I wouldn't have been able to be there as much as I was. Wear me out. That's why I'm tired today. But
and her play was amazing. But me and Sheila were there last night.
Oh, good. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Amazing. And also, what is it? Jill Tinker was in the play.
Yeah.
She's the creatress of Tava Burst, and she was just amazing. It was like
she is
everything.
A beautiful spirit. And love to laugh and smile and upbeat. She was a whole lot. The whole cast was a wonderful ensemble of people. They all just blended so well. And it's like they have a Telegram, and my sister recently added me to it. And they like, oh Lord, what we gonna do now? Because for the last 4 months, they've all been together rehearsing. They even hung out together. So it was good. And that's what I think that really made it successful, because they really wanted it to be successful for her and for themselves. And Brother Man, he was, oh my God, he's so doggone crazy and down to earth. And Joshua, the singer. So everyone, it all came together. So I'm so happy for her.
Yeah, I mean, she's truly becoming a successful businesswoman, business person. We all know true wealth only comes through business, and she surely is.
Yes.
Her path.
And you guys talk about mental health, and that's very important, especially because she was so stressed out, and I was able to be there for her, because my cell phone is attached to my arm, so people always tease me and be like, if I'm in jail, I'm calling you, or if I need emergency, I'm calling you. I'm like, don't call me, please. And so she called and she would vent and she would cry and I was like so grateful to the whole experience, because I was there for her. Because a lot of people, they don't have, our family is so small now. Everyone has passed on. So it's basically just me and her here. Our mom passed, our dad lives in Memphis. And I was just so grateful that I was there to be that ear, to be that word of encouragement, to cry with her, to whatever. And you get it out, and then you be okay. It was so funny. One time I shared with her, she called and she was upset and she was all, and I couldn't get to her at a time. She was at a beauty supply and she couldn't find what she wanted. So she was like having a panic attack. And so I said, oh, Kim, I'm in the middle of something right quick. Let me call you right back. Let me call you right back. And she when she said bye, I knew it was a problem, because she wasn't her bubbly self. And I was like, oh God, what's the matter? So I called her back. She was upright again. She was like, oh, I'm fine. I'm okay. All I needed was a hug. The Chinese lady hugged me. I was like, oh Lord, I'm good now. Okay. Bye. Lord. Oh shoot. So yeah, that's mental health part. That's so important. Mm.
It is, especially on your journey on business. Like,
yes,
so
everybody look at the finished product, but they don't look at how you got to that point.
Yeah,
in everything.
Yeah, and then you have so many people to try to tell you what you should do about your business with your business, and they don't even have a business.
They don't
Have
have
a conversation about, well, why you don't do this? Well, why you ain't doing this? Why you? I'm like, I know what I'm doing.
Exactly. And what are you doing? Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, I don't have to explain the whole scenario because then because it was somebody that was close to me, once I explained, I didn't know that. I know why you making all these opinions.
Yes.
My brother, why you didn't this? You could get a loan for this, and why you did this? But once I kind of said, let me just take the time out because he's my brother to explain. Anybody else, I wouldn't even care. Then he understood. But you do have to be careful who you taking advice from in your business.
Right.
Trust God. If it's something, trust your intuition, trust yourself, because the vision that God gave you. Your dream that God installed in you. And you just have to keep moving forward. Like I said, the Bible says the hand of the diligent make it rich. So as long as you stay in the game, how you gonna lose?
Right.
How you gonna lose? Eventually everybody get they suddenly. Everybody get their suddenly if you stay in the game. You're gonna get that suddenly. And you're gonna soar. But enjoy the journey. Enjoy the journey of growing, of expanding, be present with the people that you meet, the people who you talk to. That's all about your growth and your experience. Having the proper attitude is what's going to make you make it in life, period.
Yep, exactly.
It's not our job to figure it out. It's not our job to figure out how we're going to get there. It's about you doing your work, being properly aligned with your source being, and it's going to come. It's going to come to pass. Your path is not nobody else's.
Nobody else's.
No rush. Sometimes I know we wish things would move a lot faster, but it's not our job to figure it out. But just keep.
Man, it's not our time, it's God's time. You always say you got a plan, you gotta be cracking up like, what? Okay, what you gonna do?
You know what? And I like the words that you're saying, LaKeisha, because I reconnected with a colleague of mine Friday to help her out with her Shopify. And when I told her everything that I was doing and what was going on in my life and everything, the advice she gave me was to slow down. She's like, stay where you're at. And it was something about 5 years. And I'm looking at her like, yeah, the way that God is placing people in my life and moving people and placing people and the momentum as to how fast everything is happening, I don't think I'm not going to be in the same position I am a year from now, 6 months from now, or a year from now. And I certainly know, like, when I close my eyes and I see where I'm at 5 years from now, it's not the trajectory plan that she was telling me what to do, especially when it comes to real estate, because in Tylerverse, they move fast. And I'm like, when she told me she was sitting on a 6-bedroom, she has a 6-bedroom house that only got one tenant. I'm looking at her like, but you telling me to wait for 5 years? Like, that don't make no sense. And when you're around people who are about momentum and shift moving and things are happening fast, to get around somebody to be like, okay, I need you to go slow. Like, I feel like the tortoise and the hare. Like, what the heck? You gotta listen. You have to have discernment. Ask the spirit for discernment of the advice that other people are giving you, because sometimes it's not even something that's meant for you, because what they're doing is not what you're going to do or how God is positioning for you to do it, if that makes any sense.
Yes. And maybe what she might have been talking about, because typically it takes 5 years in business before you to really make a profit. Used to be. Now people are becoming millionaires at 22, 23. It's different. But typically it takes 5 years for you to really know whether or not you have a valuable business or not. And if you survive that 5 years, then you got something, and then you need to go ahead and do what you got to do to hold on to it and keep it, because most business fail within the first 5 years. And you have to move at your own pace. Like, don't get caught up into, oh, like I think we were talking about this yesterday. You got to kind of like move in your own pace. Be you. Just be you, and just, do what God. Just feel the spirit inside you and move at your own pace and just enjoy the journey. It's not a race. It's not a race. So go at your pace. If you fast pace, go ahead, do fast pace. But we can't judge other people. That was good yesterday. It was all about judging. Judging what other people doing, what they not doing. I was listening to Tyler Perry yesterday, and he was saying that you have to just, he was talking about judgment also, and how you just need to have grace to allow give them the grace to be who they are. Just allow people to to be who they are, and your life will be a whole lot happier. Don't judge no one. People come at you with different things. You just gotta love them and just let them be who they are.
LaKeisha, are we going to get a success story today?
Yes. Today's success story, you all probably have heard this story before, but it's right here in front of my face. I didn't get a chance to go through my book. But today's Monday success story is Debbie Fields was never seen as a person that would start a billion-dollar business, but with no money, no formal education, and no support from her family. Debbie built one of the world's famous cookie brands, Miss Fields Cookies. Debbie said when she told her family that she wanted to start her own business, they said she was crazy. They told me I didn't have any money, education, or experience, but hearing them made me more determined. I started going into banks and asking for a loan. I would bring my business plan and my cookies, and they would look at my plan and eat all of the cookies and tell me thanks, but no thanks. I started waking up every morning and telling myself somewhere there's a person who wants to say yes. Somewhere there's a person who wants to say yes. I kept bringing my cookies, sharing my dreams, and finally, I managed to get a loan with 21% interest. I was thrilled. The gentleman who finally granted the loan told her, I love your product and I love your enthusiasm. Debbie said, from the bank's perspective, they need to trust you, and you pay back the loan. Also, you need to let the product sell itself, whether a good service or skill. If you want someone to pay for it, you should let them try it first. After she received the loan, she used the money to open her first cookie shop. But Phil soon found herself in a tough situation again. No one came in to buy her cookies. It was a failure. But Debbie didn't give up. She didn't give up. She was determined to make it work. So Fields hit the sidewalk with a sheet full of cookies, giving people her cookies for free, telling everyone to come to the shop and buy a bag of cookies. Debbie was so determined to succeed. Today, Miss Fields has over 5,000 employees, and her cookies are sold in over 1,000 retail stores in the United States and in over 11 different countries all over the world. Her company brings in over $450 million per year. Debbie Fields has won numerous awards for her philanthropy and continues to help those in need all over the world. We are all a success story in Jesus' name. See what I'm talking about? That diligence. Being diligent. She was diligent. Not listening to no one. Being diligent. So I really, this really kind of like perked me up. Another thing I've noticed, you know, when we do these success stories, we notice that they all are givers. You know, I think these be like secret nuggets, you know, and preparing us on what we need to do and how we need to do it, you know. Yeah, I'm in agreement with Mr. Cartwright. God need more good people with money, you know. So yeah, she was a philanthropy and she helped people from all over the world. Yeah, so we just gotta, you know, keep moving forward. Don't give up. Keep trusting. Keep believing. And Kelly, it's a lot of people on here that are interested in moving to the next level. So that's one reason why we are working on our credit as a group, as a unit, to improve our credit no matter where we are at. And we want to get a little insight about property management. You know, we were doing the some of us have Towerverse, and it has a lot of different excellent courses and classes within it. And one of them was talking about like systems, which I thought was really phenomenal for any business, but really like a real estate, you know, system. Can you tell us a little bit how you started off, how you started your business, what encouraged you to get into the business that you have? Because one thing about Kelly, I haven't even did a proper introduction for Kelly. You know, Kelly is a wonderful business person. She has a, you know, wonderful heart, and she has had some experiences, you know. Also, Kelly, I would like for you to hit on because she is such a giver and loves helping people. And, you know, sometimes it could get us in trouble sometimes trying to help, and you know, people not always appreciating your, you know, your help. So Kelly, can you tell us a little bit about you and how you got started?
Okay. First of all, I'd like to thank you guys for the opportunity to speak and the invitation. I am tired, so you're gonna have to lead me on to the direction, you know, Miss Keisha, because you know I can go everywhere.
Okay.
But the reason, okay, I've been in real estate since 2000, I want to say maybe like 2009, 8, something like that. No, even before that, because the market crashed in 08. So shoot, it was before that. So maybe 2006, maybe. And like I said, I worked for the big three for like, I've been there 20, 29, 28 years. And in working there, all the older people always told me to have a plan B, plan B. You know, don't depend on this job because you're gonna be laid off, da 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 da. So I said, okay, I took it to heart. So at that time, the big three was paying for college courses. So I got my real estate license. They paid for it. I had to take the test twice because it was like passing the bar. It was a lot. But the reason why I did that was I was flipping houses and I couldn't find an agent that moved faster, as fast as I wanted them to do. Because in Detroit, you have to move because there's so much competition, opportunity, and everything. So I said, well, shoot, God said, go on and get your license yourself. So I did that, got the test. So my broker, who happened to be because once you get your real estate license, you have to carry the license under a broker. And so my broker, she owned a small firm in Livonia, and she was my girlfriend. So she said, well, you don't have to pay me all the fees because all you're going to do is, going to be flipping and whatever. So we had an agreement on how much I would pay her to hold my license with her brokerage. And then I went on from there. So then she said, well, she was the one that encouraged. She's a Greek little girl. She's so cute. And she hypes me up like LaKeisha. She was introducing me to somebody one day, and I was like, girl, you need to speak at my funeral. She did so good. And I was like, oh my God, I like LaKeisha do. LaKeisha can bring you up. Anyway, I'm sorry. See how I get out, of course. Okay. So she was like, we need they don't have a good property management company in Detroit. I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, the companies, they're not successful, they're not reliable. You should do it. You should do it. I was like, I don't know. I said, do I have to go to school? She was like, yeah, you do have to take one course, but you can do it online. And so it was 4th of July, and I ended up spending the whole 4th of July doing this test, and I passed it and went on from there. But it is a huge market, and it is room for more in Michigan, because Detroit, Michigan, or whatever, we have you can buy more. What is it? What is the saying? More house for the buck or something? Because houses,
more house for your money.
Yeah. In Michigan, and especially in Detroit, we have that gift, and we've had that gift for a very long time. And then when the market crashed, you had all these people, mainly because of the mayor. I'm not a fan of the mayor, but I'm gonna be nice today. He put it out there that, we had all these foreclosed houses and then going cheap and da. So foreigners, more bang for the buck. I like that. Foreigners came from all over China, Australia, London, Switzerland. Oh, it was so many. So when that happened, I happened to be friends with an Asian gentleman named Bill Wang, and he got his broker's license. He again was under my girlfriend Georgia, and then he bought his first property. Now, a lot of times, people of other cultures don't listen to you because they think they know everything. So, man, you're in my city, so this is how we're going to do this. You're going to listen to me, and we're going to get it done. Well, of course, he didn't listen, and he bought a property in the wrong area. And when they tell you location, 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 that's real. Because if you buy a property cheap, just saying it's cheap, but it may be in a very bad area. And he did that twice. So I had to bail him out of that. And so now he worships the ground I walk on. So he brought in another investor who was from China, who goes back and forth to the United States, and then they brought somebody. So that's how I was able to grow within the property management. And it may not, in the beginning, it didn't happen that fast, but because of the market crash and the opportunities of all these people being able to gain these properties, the need was overwhelming. And you have one good person that refers you, then you have another, then my phone was ringing from all these different countries, India. I'm like, how in the world did you get my number? And they would tell me or whatever. So I grew extremely fast. It was overwhelming. And they didn't know that I was working a full-time job. I was on midnights at one of the plants. So I was working midnights, and I had over 75 properties. So that was a lot. And when you talk about, when Keisha mentioned systems is very important. At that time, I didn't have a system. It was just me. I did have a good maintenance crew. That's important, very important. But it was just me. I didn't have an assistant. My girlfriend, she offered. And when I gave her the task that she had to do, whatever, she was like, oh my God, I cannot believe you do all of this. You were doing she couldn't even handle the phone calls. She was like, the phone calls for, like, if you have a property available, you list it and you have to go show it or whatever. Phone was ringing off. She was like, you was doing this and doing everything else. I was like, yes. And she was like, I cannot believe it. That's too much. Da, 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 da. So systems, very important, because you have to have a good maintenance company. You have to have an assistant. You have to have a good real estate attorney, business insurance. What else? What else? And that's basically it. And so what I, like Keisha said, I do have a big heart. I care about people more than I care about myself sometimes. And and Keisha is my rock. We've been friends for over like 35 years, since college days. And I met her through a friend, and I just stole her. You know, you my best friend, I don't care. So
Yes.
so she would be my rock, and I would come over because we live a couple of blocks away from each other. And I was stressed, and what my problem was, and people would always tell me, you can't do it, especially in business. You have to take the personal out. It's a business. So you have to stay focused. Their problems is not your problems. And that's what I was doing. And just, you have to be two people, basically. Stay focused on the business. You can be personal, but strictly business part. And so I would be stressed out because I'm trying to help people. People are struggling. My phone was ringing all the time because people were getting thrown out of their houses. Horror stories, older women, people with children. And I'm like, God, how could people do people like this? Because it was rough. Some people I can help, some people I couldn't. And so that's important. The mental health part is very important too, to be able to release and have it, because it's to be successful. It is a lot of work. It is, but whatever you set your mind to, you can do it with God. And that's who has had me all this time. And I'm so grateful, because I've come a long way. COVID literally saved me, because I was able to sit down, redirect, and rethink everything out, because it was a lot. It was a lot. My anxiety was through the roof. Keisha, remember I couldn't put something together, a sprayer or something, and I came over there. I just put it together in 2 minutes. I'm sitting up there freaking out because oh Lord. But yeah, so learn from my mistakes and not try to do everything yourself. That's the best advice I can do to you. You have to have systems. You must have help, and you will be all right. You will be all right.
So how was did you have a renter's process? Like, how important is that? Did you have something lined up for people who was interested in renting your property? Like, what is that process like?
Yes, you have to have. Well, what I did was, you list the properties. Now everything is so digital and easier now. So now you can go to certain websites like rentmyhome.com or whatever the website is, and they'll list your property. You can put pictures on there, your information, whatever. So that's how your phone rings off the hook, because everybody's always looking, and they go to that website. And I always tell people, this was my the way I did it. I would put in the ad in big bold letters, drive by first, then give me a call if you're interested. Drive by. I would have drive by first on that site 20 times, and they still wouldn't do it. So when you call me, that's my first question. Did you drive by? And if they lie, and then people will lie, so this is a test. Like, yeah, I want to see this property. Did you drive by? Oh, yeah. That's all I know, they lying. Oh, yeah. Okay. What specifically did you like about it? Oh, I'm sorry. I really didn't. I know the area real good. That's not what I asked you. I said, did you drive by? Drive by the property and then call me back. So some would, some wouldn't. That's fine. So once they drive by, then I ask them the important questions: how long they've been on the job, Typically they want between, well now, times have changed so much because everything has changed now. So it used to be they wanted you on the job at least 3 years, but now people are changing jobs so much, getting laid off and stuff. So you had to be lenient with that. And if they in the same field for so many years or whatever, then that they would accept that too. So 3 years on the job, your credit score, I had to be lenient and let them know that if the people have issues, life, and you may have a time where you couldn't pay a bill or whatever, for whatever reason, and it reflects your credit. And then I had to teach people about credit too, and they didn't know how to pull a credit report with a blase split. So the credit score, we were looking for no bankruptcies, no foreclosures, no evictions, no repossessions. And everything else like medical, we let that slide. What else did we let slide? Medical and student loans. But as long as you didn't have those 4 things I just mentioned, you were good. And then DTE, of course, you had to have good standings with the water company and DTE. And that's, wherever you lived at prior to, how long and what's the purpose of leaving? What's your purpose? Why are you leaving or whatever? And if right, and then 5 references on the credit report. And I would ask different questions, not credit report, 5 references about you. And I would ask different questions. If you're like, when I call their friends or family members, if you were to die, would you let such and such be responsible for your children? And they'll be like, oh, that's a different question. Let me think about it. Okay, what's the answer? Yes, no, and you'll tell me. Or if you were in my shoes, would you rent to this person? Stuff like that. Stuff that would throw them out, not just how long have you loaned them and all this, not, no. So after that, and a very important thing that you must do that people didn't know that made sense is, if you put in an application, you're good and everything, I drive by the house and go pop up and visit the house that you're staying in now. Because if you can't take care of that house, what makes you think you're going to come into my house and mess it up? And people, you'd be surprised how so many people don't do that. And it's just the littlest thing. And it's very, very important, especially when they be like, I got $100 right now if you hold it. No. And I learned that because I went to this lady house. Lord, she had all these cats and dogs and everything. And I was like, And she was so ready. If you hold it for me, I'll give you $100. You hold it. Nope. So that saved me a lot of stress as well. What else?
I heard about the drive vetting a potential tenant by viewing their current living situation. That's a big one.
Yep. And I would pop up. I wouldn't be like, give you time to clean up. I'm like, okay, I got this application. I need such and such. I'll make something up. And then like, I'm 5 minutes away. And just pop up. And then some people, right. I'm gonna give you time to get it together. And if you got it together already, we good. Like, okay, when I learned my dad's house, he has a beautiful home, but it was in a bad area over there by LaShore and Puritan. So he moved to Memphis about 10 years ago, and his house, beautiful 4-bedroom house, but it was in a bad area. So he thought he was going to be able to get all this money. I said, no, Daddy, it's a location. So we're going to do it like this. This lady had 6 kids. She had 3 little ones and 3 teenagers. When I tell you, and I went to visit her house. She had a house in Inkster, bad landlord. When I went to that house, every single time, immaculate. You could not tell she had 6 kids in that house. And I use that as an example too, because some people will be like, oh Lord, 6 kids, they gonna tear my house up. No, everybody is not like that. The 6 kids, everybody had their role in the house. And they, that house was, I gave her some of my furniture and everything. I was just so proud of her. And, so I learned that too.
I got a question.
Okay, go ahead, Keisha, because I got a question too.
Okay, so did you do what it seemed like what a lot of people are doing with these $20 application fees? So every
Okay,
time,
listen, let me tell you something. These folks out here breaking the law left and right. And see, when this is the part where I tell you about my emotions, because I get so upset when people take advantage of our people and people in general. Some of these people are getting rich off of application fees. They may not even own the house. They may not even have rights to the house, but they're collecting these $50, $100 application fees, and then tell the people they don't they couldn't get the property. So you done spent $300 whatever looking at all these properties and you don't have it. Initially, as a business, you can charge like $25 to do the background check, and I have them pull their own credit through Credit Karma or whatever free website, annual credit report. So some people, they can charge $25 to pull the credit report and the background check, because it doesn't cost that much. It costs maybe $8, whatever. So you charge that. That to me is a sufficient amount. But how I do it is, if you are granted the house through the application process, everything, I went through your house, bells and whistles, blase splee, then I do a background check. If you are awarded the house, then I charge you the $25. You don't pay the $25 just to view the house and run the credit and all that, and then you don't get it. No. Once you are approved and you got the house and everything, then you pay in the security deposit, because the fees and everything are itemized in the receipt, $25 for application fee and all of that. That's when I charge. And it works out better because I've heard so many horror stories, people, and then you feel sorry for them. It's like, well, you didn't get this house, but best of luck. And don't, if they have an application fee of $50 or more, run. No. And then late fees, if they're late on rent, there is late fee for Michigan is only $50. So if you have a 5-day grace on the 6th of August, if you are late, it's $50. That's it. Not no $5 a day, not no $100, not no $75. It's $50. If they charge you even more, breaking the law. What else they do?
Wow, because I know somebody in an apartment building, and if they're late, I think it's like over 100.
Yeah, and it's no. If they look it up and call on them, they can
have it looked into.
Mm-hmm.
So Kelly,
Yes.
Are you saying that, I want to make sure I got this right, like the apartments the buildings complex that I'm in, we pay and then at the shop where I'm at, it's 10% of whatever your monthly
bill is. Now for apartment buildings, let me take that back. I'm not sure, because that's a total different entity. That's commercial rather than residential. For the residential part, let me take that back. For the residential late fees is $50. That's it for the month for late fee. So if you got a commercial building or apartment building, that's not, I don't do apartments, so I don't want to misquote myself and say, for residential for sure.
Yeah. So how about, y'all, I'm an insurance lady, so I do life, health, property, and casualty. So what is your thoughts on renter's insurance? Is it
I always refer them to you. How many calls you get?
Throughout the years, nice amount.
Mm-hmm. Some don't.
Do you make it mandatory?
But yeah, some people, they can require it. Some owners, I tell them to require them to have, and it's least expensive. And the first thing they think is very expensive, and it's not. Once I give them Keisha's number and they find out she
give them the numbers and stuff. And some people do get it, and it's important. And it's just to protect your stuff. We've been having all these floods and stuff. You have to protect yourself.
So you don't make it mandatory then, actually? Because
it depends on the owner.
Okay. Because I know some apartment buildings, they won't allow you.
Apartment buildings, yeah, that's different.
Yeah, they make it mandatory.
Yeah. Some you can put in the application or whatever too. They must have it. Yes, some of them do. Some of them don't require it. But I always suggest it.
Mm-hmm. Now, how about what would be a good way of doing a contract? How do you come up with the contract for them? Do you recommend having
what I did in the beginning, I got a contract from another property management company. They shared me theirs. And then I forwarded to my lawyer, and they looked it over and they made some suggestions of changes or adding or whatever. And after that, it was good.
So that, to me, goes to show anybody that's in business that you should have on your team, always have
a good real estate or business lawyer.
Accountant.
Yes, accountant.
A lawyer.
Yes.
As your team. And you should have a meeting with them at least maybe every 6 months or a year, just to make sure that.
Well, with my accountant, we meet up once a month.
Did y'all hear that?
Once a month, because I'm bad with keeping up with stuff, so she keeps me on my toes. So yeah.
Once a month.
Whatever.
Who? You meet up with who?
My bookkeeper accountant.
Mm-hmm.
Once a month. So
very, 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 very.
Yeah.
To your business.
And then they have a lot of software companies that you can put in the information yourself, but that's a lot. That's time consuming. Like I said in the beginning, I was doing everything myself. So I was doing that part and stuff. And it just got to be a lot. Because at one point, these folks was buying them 50. This one lady, she had 35 and all this. I'm like, what in the world?
She had 35 what?
I do know there's a lot of software. There's a lot of software out here where everything is more systemized and automated. Yes. I know the apartment building I came from, especially by people offering. Okay, so I know traditionally people pay their rent via cash or money orders, but because debit cards have become more of an ease of convenience. And I know, especially from the pandemic, people didn't want to deal with paper from people. So I know a lot of systems now, the rent portals, thank you, where people can pay their rent. It keeps track of everything, and those things keep track. If I'm not mistaken, the rent portal can be tied to your QuickBooks. So it kind of keeps everything all together. Everything systemized, keeps everything all together. Yeah. So I'm visually, it seems like keeping track of stuff has come a lot easier.
Yes,
especially if people are more digital, so that you're not spending all that time trying to track paper. Thank you. That's what I was trying to say.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's
yes. You can have it itemized like that. Yes.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question. Was the process of collecting, how
you don't even. I used to. For some people, I used to go to the door and collect that way. But like you said, now it's a lot easier. And Cash App, some people accept Cash App, Zelle. You can even now put your rental payments on your credit score if you have a residential home. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so the owner has to input the information, and it can go straight to your credit now, which is a big, big thing. A big thing now, which they didn't have.
Somebody asked me what's
your shirt say?
No worries, God got me.
Oh, okay. That's right.
No worries, God got me. He got me. I felt
Yeah.
like that today. The reminder,
Right. I
And
think that was Joyce
Understood.
Myers' message. Let me see.
So let me answer your question, Kelly. What is the name of your what is it? Your management, your your management company, property
property
management company.
management.
My property management company was AMP Property Management. AMP Property Management. I changed it, and let me tell you why. And I was so mad. I came up with the name AMP myself, me, because back in the day, remember we had yellow pages? My broker was like, I had all these fantastic names. She was like, no, your name should start with an A so they can come up first. That was back in the day when they had white pages and stuff. And I was like, okay, A, I can't think of nothing begin with an A. So then I wanted to put myself in it. So I'm outgoing, bubbly personality. So I Googled whatever, and an AMP came up, like hyper, energetic, da 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 da. So that's how I came up with AMP, AMP, Property Management. Why is a company downtown Detroit that manages one of those properties by Joe Louis, one of those apartment complexes by Joe Louis Arena, and their name is AMP Property Management, but it's something little because for Michigan it's me, but you have to, if you use that name, you have to have something different, like a letter or something, AMP Property Management org or something like that, right? So I was getting all these phone calls from these jokers because they was not managing the property in that apartment complex and they were getting sued. And somebody had even put on my Facebook page all this. I'm like, oh Lord, wait a minute. I don't do apartments. And I had to call them, end up helping him. Jesus. His problem became my problem. So I helped him. And then so I was like, okay, this is enough. So I just changed it. So now it's oh Lord, what is the name? Because I'm, like I said, I downsized a lot. And once I retire, then I'm going to get back into it for a time if I want to. But right now I'm so comfortable with the few clients that I have. They love me, I love them, and I still get calls still. That's why I say it's always a need. Always a need.
Hey, I can Kelly.
Yes.
I have a question to ask. So I just wanted to add on one of the things I enjoyed doing during the pandemic, because technology, love how artistry and technology combined together, because people weren't doing open houses like they were before the pandemic. People would take drones or get somebody, a drone photographer, and actually do the drone or and you can go to YouTube and look at this. They would do the open houses virtually with with a cameraman and with the drones. So you get to see what the property looked like overhead, but then you get to see what it looks like visually with the cameraman. Like I'll sit there for like 20, almost an hour looking at 5 different properties from the inside and the outside, because somebody had a cameraman do the walkthrough, and you get to see the living room and the dining room and everything. And I thought that was the coolest thing ever, because we couldn't get out to see it,
right?
But obviously people are still renting.
Yes.
And that's the one thing. And since you mentioned you've been doing this since the days of the yellow pages, another thing, a lot of people are doing pictures and videos and posting it to Instagram. So I'm the social media guy.
Oh yeah, it's all kind of ways to market your property now. It's, oh my God, yes, all kind of ways. But I'm still
I want to know
old school. I still like to do the feet on the ground. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Do you have any social media for the properties that you have?
Yeah, I used to do social media. I don't do it anymore. Well, the reason is because all my properties are occupied now. So I'm not taking any new clients. I'm not taking any new properties right now. So everybody, and they've been in the house for years now. So I just deal with who I deal with now. But yeah, digital, everything is so much easier. Yes.
So Kelly had mentioned something that I think that is important, and we kind of going through it now. So it's important, like when you start your business, how you go on and make sure nobody else has that name, and then the trademark.
Yes.
having your information trademark, your company trademark, because people will take on your trademark no matter how long she's been in business. If she didn't do the trademark and somebody else come on and then they trademark their business, you kind of like hit. So I'm like, even my business right now, our business was trademarked, and somehow I didn't know you had to like redo it every so often. And now we're not trademarked, so we're working on getting it trademarked. And we got something from the trademark that somebody else got, a company called Natural Living by Design, and they do supplements too.
And that's something.
Natural Living by Design, something else. And I'm like, oh my God,
Yes.
We out here,
Yes.
So you definitely have to, trademark, get your, if we're going to be serious about our business, then you have to be serious. And sometimes don't move too fast. Sometimes we move too fast and you trying to
forget about the little stuff like that. And that's another way is having a good lawyer, because they would make sure,
Yes.
Because I didn't know nothing about business insurance. I'm like, oh Lord, how much is that gonna cost? But it's not, that expensive, and it's important to have.
Yes,
and people are crafty.
Yes,
that's all I want to say. Crafty.
Queen Aduni has her hand up.
Yes.
I wanted to. I heard something on one of the TikToks or whatever, and he was saying that about trademark and a patent. Now, which one is the most powerful? The patent?
Well, the patent is usually for a product.
Yeah.
Invention. Your intellectual entity for a product.
Like
trademark.
Your invention.
Yeah, get oil, hair oil. You come up with a hair oil and everything, or you come up with an idea, like the bra. It's interesting if you know the history about the bra. At one point in time, women couldn't get patents. So the woman who invented the bra had to go had to have a male patent it underneath a male, because at the time we couldn't get patents for anything. So patents are for intellectual property pertaining to a product, software, stuff like that. Your trademark is more so for your name. So like Everett's, you would want to trademark, and so nobody can come and all of a sudden another Everett's Natural Beauty School pops up out of nowhere. Nobody can use your name because your name is trademarked and protected.
And they're thinking is your company, Everett's, and they taking advantage of your popularity. What you do, what you done. And now they're
what? Let me see.
Because you haven't, if you have not trademarked it, so they
prime example, Sheila. McDonald's. Think of Coming to America. Remember, you had McDonald's and you had McDowell's, and he did everything that would look like McDonald's, but he changed the name to McDowell's, and they were wearing same thing. You can't use the name McDonald's because McDonald's is trademark. But if you change it just a little bit, think about Coming to America, McDonald's and McDowell's. I'm sorry, that example just came to my mind.
Yep.
Okay, and they can end up taking your customers because
they thinking that
they buy from you, but buy from somebody else. Like like somebody that this Natural Living by Design, and they thinking they buying from us, but they buying from another Natural Living by Design.
Okay. Okay. So I mean, all that's good. That wasn't my question though.
Oh, okay.
Because I didn't finish. What he was showing was, because one of them is more powerful than the other, and it's probably the patent. It takes a lot of money for the patent, right?
Yeah.
And then, okay, that's it. So what he showed was, here's my product, Mama Hits, Baba Haru's product, right? And he wants to patent that. So he has a patent. He wants to patent this, right? But then here's another one that he did. Another thing that was made. you put it in the picture when you send it in, and you got both of them. I saved it. He was saying how to get that in under a patent so nobody else could do whatever. I don't know all that, but he was some way where he says, this is how you can do that. You put, here's the product that you want. You just slip that in the picture. In the picture. But I'm gonna find that so that, you know, it's
right.
clearer. But he was just saying, you know, like they show all kind of hacks, you know, how you can do something and take care of something else at the same time. Well, that's what it was. I was like, wow. He said, this is how you can do that. Slide that right on in there. Take the picture with that there.
Yeah. A patent is for something that's original, something that you created, something that is original. Like you wouldn't need a patent for private labeling or white labeling. You wouldn't need
it. I'm just saying that if you made this jar, it's made a certain way, and so that is also protected. So because on that same day, see that thing sitting right there? I'm sure it's a proper way to do it, but I was like, he was showing how to save money, how to get things done without having to duplicate or pay separate for that there is a way to do it legally.
Mama can put up Wikipedia and patent in the chat. If y'all look in the chat, she's been putting a lot of things in the chat as we've been discussing different things, so we appreciate that. Wakidia about patent, copywriting, copyright.gov, so y'all can look in the chat. She put out some good information.
Yeah, we're gonna find a name for mama head on that job. I definitely call Danyelle hammer time. Hammer time, social media, hammer time. Everybody go grab their phone.
Oh, well, yes.
Mama head is she's always researching. Even when she's speaking and stuff, and she's the host, and then all of a sudden she's popping something in there, researching stuff. So we appreciate you, my dear.
Yeah, and she talked about the 360 view in drones. That's what she was.
Oh yeah. So I want to segue a little bit into what you said, Queen Adoni, because I definitely made sure I got pictures and video of the people I met. Friday I went to the Lip Bar. The Lip Bar moved up to Woodward. They moved from behind Shinola Hotel and they moved up to Woodward. And I was there for the grand opening. I was one of the last people to actually get a swag bag. I'm so geeked about that because that place was packed. But I got a chance to take a picture with Melissa Butler, and I got a chance to tell her, hey, your story, I was there. When I saw you on Shark Tank, I've switched immediately from trying to be a Mac girl and became a Lip Bar person right then and there. So she looked at me and she was like, you look familiar. What's your name? I told her my name is Danyelle Claxton. She's like, oh my God, we talk on social media. I mean, we do talk from time to time, but it was the excitement of her being excited to talk to me about me and me being just as excited to talk to her. And I'm like, we really see, she's a busy woman. She's the CEO of a company. I'm like, that's the power of social media. Is the fact that you can develop relationships, foster relationships, or start relationships just by engaging with some of your favorite people, period. And I went to the play. I made sure I took a picture. I got a picture with Brumman from Fifth Flow, from Martin, last night. So
he is so, when I tell you, he is so down to earth, because Kim, she had like security for him and wanted to get him a transportation car and all this stuff. And he was like, look, I don't need all that. You just want to spend some money. And I picked him up, and he didn't want no security. He walking around like everybody else. Was like, yeah, he was so nice, so cool.
He was so approachable. I really liked his personality.
And he did a comedy show that night. I think it was Saturday night. He did a comedy show at Punch Bowl. with
Really?
Hearing them talking. I was hearing them talking.
what is the name of it? In Southfield, Punchline or
Punchline
something like that.
Yeah.
And Carl Payne was there, the one that played the little short one. Carl, it was his name? Carlo Martin. Cole.
Come on, Cole.
He was there performing, and he told me, he was like, yeah, I'm going to check out my boy Carl Payne. And I was like, I know that name. He's like, yeah, from Martin. I was like, oh, okay. So he went to that, and Kim went to that, and a couple of the other castmates. And she said they were just so cool. And Bruh Man did his little thing, and they want him to come back. And they were talking to Kim. Kim was, talking, networking with Carl. It was just a whole full circle. It's beautiful.
I want to say,
so down to earth.
Welcome to. She's been on here for a while. Am I pronouncing your name right, Lorene? Lorene. Welcome, Star, Lolly. Welcome. Malika was on here. Welcome, Miss Woodard. Thank you for tuning in with us. We appreciate you.
Is this your first time, Lorraine? Is this your first? Oh, welcome. Who invited you?
You on mute, babe.
Okay, am I unmuted?
Yes.
Oh, okay. LaKeisha invited me.
Yes.
Okay,
LaKeisha. You look beautiful.
Thank you. How are you all this morning? I'm just listening in and enjoying.
Yeah, and thanks for, I see you changed background, so thank you for taking us with you.
I had to take my husband to work, so look, yeah.
Yeah, so thank you. Many would have just shut off, and so it must have been something you was hearing that was good and helpful. So thank you, and come back every day. We do this every day, Monday through Friday, 10 to 9, 8 to 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's a different show. Every day it's a different show. Today is Millionaire Mindset Monday. Tuesday is what? Health
and wellness.
Wednesday is
Mama Het and Evelyn. Mama Evelyn.
Yeah.
Wisdom Wednesday.
And
Creatively Wisdom Wednesday. All right, how you like that title? Creatively Wednesday. Wait, that's a tongue tie. Creatively Wisdom Wednesday. Woo!
Thursday is
Transformation.
Transformation Thursdays. Yeah.
Transformation Thursday.
That's our soul work.
Purpose and passion.
And then you get to chill out on Saturday and Sunday and sleep in. Maybe. Maybe. Mama
I just wanted to.
Mama Het will hand up.
I didn't hear you.
But your
hand is up.
Oh, I just wanted to talk about when naming products. It's really good to go online first and see who has what, because I made one up called Cocoa Green, and I looked up Cocoa Green and Green Grease, and somebody already had those. I was like, wait a minute, that was my idea. But check out the names of products before you name your product. Just go online and put it in and see if somebody already has that. And like our guest said, what's her name?
Kelly.
Miss Kelly was saying, put a little something extra on it so that people will know it's you. My friend Patty Dukes had Detroit Fitness, and someone actually came up and took her name, and she was quite upset about it. But I told her, I said, when your people get there, and know it's not you, that energy is not the same. So I think she's turned it. I forgot what the new name is, but she was very hurt about that, we got to protect ourselves.
And you work hard to get where you are, and then somebody else just come in and it's like, what? Wait,
and then they'll get your clients, and they're like, you were saying, get your clients.
And then the bad stuff happening. The bad stuff happening, they think it's you.
Right. Exactly. Also, which is very, very, very vital. what Mama had said was very vital, is that you definitely need to go online. You can you can go to GoDaddy and search. Let me see if your name. It's a lot of them that you can go out there and
then if you're registered with the state, like, okay, it's another, like I said, I thought I made this name up myself.
Right.
It's another ant property management in Virginia and one in California. Wow. That's fine because they're not in your state. Right. But then I'm like, what in the world?
No. That's really not fine, because you got to make sure, this is very, very vital, that when you find that your name has not taken, that you don't just take .com. You want to take .com, .org, .net.
.net.
Yes. Yes.
And then also there's one more thing too. Your LLC, if your name is registered as an LLC, it trumps a DBA in any county. Because that happened to a dancer of mine. She had a name here registered in Wayne County, but somebody as a DBA, but somebody registered it as a LLC in Oakland County, and they sent her a cease and desist. Like, you can't use this name no more. So that's another reason why we need to get names in the LLC, because having it as a DBA doesn't save your company name at all.
Now, can you put it in the trust? Is that where you use the trust as well, so it could be protected in that way as well, or no?
Now I have to do some research.
Yeah, that's a good question.
I don't believe in giving out incorrect information, so that's something that I would really good question. But it don't protect you as far as if you don't own .com, you don't own .org, you don't own .net. naturallivingbydesign.org, naturallivingbydesign. Because nobody can take that. And so that's one thing we have over that company that's Natural Living by. They don't have .org, they don't have .com and .net. Then they have to use that other stuff. People not even, familiar. Most people gonna go do one of those three. So you want to make sure you at least have those three. I know.
So people come to you. Yeah, people come to you, LaKeisha, out of default, because you're looking for that other company, and then you come up. Now, thank God you kicking ass, so that if they decide to stay there, you got something that, let me check this out. Let me see what this is.
They don't because I checked, but they don't have, I knew they didn't have .com, .org, and .net. So I'm safe with that. You know what I mean? They don't have, they can claim that they don't have those, They
don't have that, right. And then so people end up just coming to you by default, and thank God. When I'm looking for something and they say that it's not available, I always go to the bar and type that name in to see if they have a website or all of that, and I've never, let me say it like that, I've never paid that, whatever, that $60 and we'll see. I don't do that kind of stuff, but that's so important. That's when I'm thinking of a name, one of the first things I do is to go see if the .com is available. First thing that I do, because that's like location, like you said, Kelly, location.
right.
On the internet, this is important. And even in my business plan, when I'm talking about my location, I put on there where I am in the social media or in all. Where am I at in the world of, in the internet world? That's the location. And then, especially when we first started, we had the average would be, we made sure that it came up on the first page. So those things are important.
Yes.
Important.
Yes, that was the truth.
So a couple things. Can y'all hear me? So since y'all talking about checking the names, it's actually a web, namechecker.com.
Okay.
CHKR, and it'll check the different social medias and things of that nature too. Before y'all put all that time and effort, like Keisha was saying, to check.
What's the name of it again, Sharonda?
namechecker.com, and that's CHKR.com. And then I had a question for Kelly. I know she said that all her properties were occupied. Now, when it comes to eviction, do you do anything like keys for cash?
Yes. It's always a good thing to be creative in everything. Now, what I did, and I didn't know, it's the little things that you do that people pay attention to, and you don't even know the importance of it. When I did my evictions, I would
Important
just
security
pass
message.
the keys.
Your computer has been locked up. Your IP address was used without your knowledge or consent to visit websites that contains identity theft virus. To unlock the computer, please call support immediately.
Who was that?
Please do not attempt to shut down or
shut down the computer. Shut it down right now. Whoever has it, shut it down.
Lock is aimed to stop illegal activity.
Please
call our support immediately.
I've been scammed by that.
Important security message.
Okay, I don't
Your
know
computer has been locked up. Your
shut
IP
it down. Just
without your knowledge or consent to visit
yes, turn it off.
Who is it?
Turn it off. No, turn it off. Turn it off. Don't do nothing because it will get locked up.
I'm trying,
Please
baby.
do not attempt to shut down or restart your computer. Doing that may lead to data loss and identity theft. The computer lock is aimed to stop illegal activity. Please call our support immediately. Important security message. Your computer has been locked up. Your IP address is used without your knowledge or consent to visit websites that contains identity theft virus.
I don't have to have
to unlock the computer, please call support immediately. Please do not attempt to shut down or restart your computer. Doing that may lead to
do we know who it is?
Computer lock is aimed to stop illegal activity.
I know it's a scam because I just
whose computer it is.
It's my computer.
Your computer has been locked up.
Shut it down.
Shut it down. If you can shut it down.
Put yours on mute.
Ladies.
To unlock the computer, please call support immediately.
Undo it.
Please do not attempt to shut down or restart your computer. Doing that may lead to data loss and identity theft.
It won't let you mute.
Can't even put us on mute.
Computer lock is aimed to stop illegal activity.
Can't do anything,
Please
dear.
call our support.
Okay, well,
security
10 o'clock. 10:02.
Computer has been locked up.
Yeah, let's
Kelly.
Address was used without your knowledge or consent to visit websites that contains identity theft virus.
Share with us
Unlock
today.
the computer, please call support.
And the young lady that had the question about evictions, Keisha, you can give her my number and I can tell her what I did.
And also,
what
I had typed in was namechecker.com, and that's when all this happened because that came up
security message.
Oh, okay.
Your computer has been locked up.
So let's give
address was used without knowledge or consent to visit websites that contains identity theft virus. To unlock the computer, please call support immediately.
Let's hug the world.
Please do not attempt to shut down or restart your computer.
And let's sprinkle love, 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 love,
computer
love.
Lock is aimed to stop illegal activity. Please call our support immediately.
And we look forward to seeing
security message.
Tomorrow. Thank you for
your computer has been locked up.
Day with us.
Your IP address was used without your knowledge or consent to visit websites that contain.
Okay, and Queen,
virus.
when you get off the call, log off your computer. You probably got a virus from a website that you went on and it attached your information. That happened to me last week.
Stop illegal activity.
So once you do that, you have to I have to look up the name.
Important security message.
You should give her my number so I can tell her what I did.
Okay, it has an Apple number on here.
Don't call the number. Don't call the number. Don't do nothing they say.
That's what they want you to do.
That's a scam.
That's what they want you to do.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Attempt to shut down or restart your computer. Doing that may lead to data loss and identity.
I can find the name of my
the computer lock is aimed to stop illegal activity.
What I use because it was a
you gotta type your number in the chat.
Security message.
Yeah, put it in the chat. Yeah.
Computer has been locked up.
Your
IP address was used without your knowledge or consent to visit websites that contains identity theft virus.
Right?
Yeah.
Lock the computer. Please call support immediately. Please do not attempt to shut down or restart your computer. Doing that loss and identity theft.
Oh, that's good.
The computer lock is aimed to stop illegal activity. Please call our support immediately. Important security message. Your computer has been locked up. Your IP address
It's
was
called
used without your knowledge or consent to visit websites that contains identity theft virus. To unlock the computer, please call support immediately. Please do not attempt to shut down.
Yeah, I found it. It's
doing that may lead to data loss and identity
see if I can
theft.
type it in here.
Computer lock is
Well,
aimed
just
to
go
stop
ahead.
illegal activity.
Go ahead
I'm
and
gonna put
read
it in
out.
there.
I can
Call
hear
our
you.
support immediately.
Okay, MALWARE
Your computer has been locked up. Your IP address was used without your knowledge or consent to visit websites that contains identity theft virus. To unlock the computer, please call support immediately. Do not attempt to shut down or restart your computer. That may lead to data loss and identity
as in
theft.
boy,
The computer
Y as in
is aimed to stop
yo-yo,
illegal activity.
T as in town,
Please call our
E as
support
in Edward,
immediately.
S as in Sam.
Important security message.
And that's a free
locked up. Your IP
one of
address
those
is used
web virus blocker things. It's free, so that will lock all that out. And if anybody
the computer, please
on
call
there to come
support
on there, it'll
immediately.
let you know and they'll block it.
Do not attempt to shut down or restart your computer. Doing that may lead to data loss and identity theft. The computer lock is aimed to stop illegal activity. Please call our support immediately. Important security message. Your computer has been locked up. Your IP address was used without your knowledge or consent to visit websites that contain identity theft virus. To unlock the computer, please call support immediately.
Got it?
Work this out.
Please
Yes,
do
I
not
do.
attempt to shut down
You
or restart
said
your computer. Doing that may
malware.
lead to data loss and identity theft. The
BYTES.
computer lock is aimed to stop illegal
Malware
activity.
BYTES.
Please call our support immediately. Important security message.
Yep, that just happened to me and I was freaking out.
Your IP address was used without your knowledge or consent to visit websites that contains identity theft virus.
Just when you
unlock the
who I'm
computer,
calling?
please call support immediately.
No, you don't call nothing. You just download it on the free one onto your computer system, and it'll scan everything,
loss and identity
and
theft.
it'll block.
The computer.
And they have one that's that you have to pay for, but you really don't need it for that.
Support immediately.
Just got the
important security message
to block these folks that's trying to get into your stuff.
But now I'm
not able to
your knowledge
do
anything on my
websites
that
you can turn it off. You can turn your computer off.
The computer
and turn it back on
immediately.
I
Please do not attempt to shut down or restart your computer. Doing that may lead to data loss and identity theft.
Anything. Oh wait,
the computer lock is aimed to stop illegal activity.
Okay, I got
call
it.
Our support
you got it? Yeah, you can turn it off.
Security message. Your computer has been locked.
And then turn it off and then turn it back on.
Was used without your knowledge or consent to visit websites that contain